Okay, I'm back here to give you a little more detailed view and explanation of my do-it-yourself homemade hoop house here. You can see it's approximately 20 feet wide by 48 foot long. I went with those dimensions. It fit the space, and I could divide up some of my raised beds that I've made fairly evenly. So let me give you a little more detailed view of what I did. I started off with 1.5" electrical PVC. My real job's electrical contractor, so it was easy to get. We've got that. We ran it down into the ground. We have it sleeved into a piece of 2" PVC that's driven around 34 inches into the ground. All along the base, I've then run 2x4s, not pressure treated, but 2x4s, and at every spot where the sleeve and the pipe go through, we've drilled through and we've attached it with a carriage bolt to hold it down. Also, periodically along the way, I don't know if you can see this right here, I've driven in, they're 3-foot 1/2" rebar, pieces of rebar. We've driven them into the ground, and we've used some strapping on the back side of it to just secure those also to the 2x4s that run along. Hopefully that helps with a bit of stability. I don't want the thing blowing away in the wind. Once we come up here, now at this point, these hip boards that I've run, they add in the rigidity, and they're going to be where our piece of UV resistant PVC is going to connect to this point here. These are 1x4s. We sort of straighten the hoops up and attached them. So we'll see. Let's walk on down this way. Now all these things that I've bought can be had anywhere. Home Depot, Lowe's, your hardware store. Down at the end here, now I've finished up this end. If you'll notice, this end has a larger opening than the other end down there. You can see that's framed out for a regular door. 40" wide we went because we want to be able to get a wheelbarrow and everything through it. We're a bit high probably what it should be for the door frame, but again, if we're carrying anything in, we want to be able to carry it with no problem. This dimension 6 foot wide by about 89 inches high. Framed this out so the tractor that we have, our Kubota tractor, can fit in and out and need to fill up the rest of the beds. Come winter time, I'm going to just frame this off, a few X's, plastic over it, and that will be our only entry and exit for the winter. We're sitting basically east and west alignment here. South is just off a bit from where we are, not quite south, but now I framed this up again with 2x4s, 3" decking screws, attached it all around. We're going to tie it off in the back on both ends, and I have a little bit of corner bracing yet to do. If we want to come inside, or I guess we can look up here too, I've used a piece of 1.5", again electrical conduit that I've run down. It's not straight as an arrow, but it's, I think, good enough. And I've attached those with a carriage bolt on top, mainly because I wanted a rounded surface where the plastic's going to rub. I have a piece of duct tape over that, and that's folded down with a nut washer and flat washer. We can walk inside here, and you can look at a little bit of the inside construction. Now I've attached these all, at least with 2 screws. Some of these are from the outside, attached it into the corner. I also have metal pipe strapping, pipe hangers, that I'm going to attach around and sort of secure the rest of this frame to the wood structure itself. Right now I've got decking screws shot into it. Holds it for now, but I'm not real comfortable with that being the only means of attachment. So we can move on down. You can see the inside where we've run the baseboards, 2x4 baseboards. You can see where we've joined them, overlapped them, shot 3" screws all the way along. Also the hip boards where we've run those along halfway. You can see the rigidity of it still leaves a little bit to be desired. But right at this point we're putting in 2 center posts. 2 4x4s are going to go up, raised, fit right underneath the purlin. Hopefully that's going to hold it up. Basically I'm worried about a snow load in the winter time with it. We can just walk down, we'll take a quick look at the other end, and that's about it for the video. But you can see the raised beds that I've made. The center bed was the first one I've made. That was made with some scraps from wood. They're really floor joists. They were scrapped out. I took them. It's particle board in between. I'm not sure how many years that's going to give me, but it'll probably give me a year or two anyway. The second one I made was rough cut 1x12s. That whole setup cost me right around $40 for the wood. The other one was 2x10s that I tried. I got those, I believe, at Lowe's. That's about $35 for that setup. Finally, I've decided I've gone to rough cut 1x6 oak and poplar, and I got these at the Amish sawmill. One of these guys cost me $10 for the wood. $10 for the wood. The beds are 4x8. We've got gravel and stones on the bottom, some pretty good soil we found, and then we've got some real good topsoil that we've mixed in on it that we found out in the woods. So we've been hitting that mother load for a little while. That basically takes to the end of it. Now this hoop house here costs approximately about $500 so far. Maybe not quite as much, but it's going to end up being cheaper than the kits. Whether it'll be as good as the kits, I'm not sure, but it is a do-it-yourself project. I'm not an expert builder. I do have some idea doing stuff, and I think we built it pretty sturdy, but this is something that you can accomplish.